Talk and Rock Radio, where friends meet at the intersection of life, inspiration, and music. Here's your host, Rick Kern.
Welcome, everyone, to Talk and Rock Radio. Our episode today is going to be an interview that Sam Stephenson and I did with the El Paso History Radio Show on January 4th, 2020. The show was about El Paso's rock band history. There were many rock groups out of El Paso that played many genres of music, and this show covers just a few of them. So here we go.
News Radio 690 KTSM presents the El Paso History Show with documentary filmmaker Jackson Polk and historian Melissa Sargent, streaming live at ktsmradio.com. Brought to you by ephistory.com, the website for archive podcasts of this radio show. Pepe's New Mexican Restaurant and Cantina, making the old Griggs recipes in a new location at 6761 Donovan Drive. By Keystone Heritage Park on Donovan Drive, 915-584-0563. By Monterey Asset Management. By Mission Del Rey, 1421 Lee Trevino with El Paso souvenirs and gift shopping. And by Amigos Restaurant, 2000 Montana, a block off East Cotton, open 7 days a week. And now, El Paso History with Melissa Sargent and Jackson Polk.
It is the place to be for El Paso History. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning. First show of the year.
We think you're there. It's really good.
Decade.
Hey, even better. Good to see you here up and Adam. Good morning, and etc. We have the radio show KTSM AM 690 normally out there. But, you know, well, yeah, but I mean, on a given day, you have to check, you know, on a given day. But we've also, and we're the guys that say Texas history begins in El Paso as always. And that's actually quite true. But, you know, we're on the internet somewhere. What's that all about?
Well, you can go to ktsmradio.com where you can click on the iHeartRadio link and listen to us anywhere in the world, in the planet, in the universe. So who knows what beyond.
It's out there. We'll see if they can call us, and we'll get some callers here in a bit. We also have that trivia.
Yes, we do. We've got trivia for both hours today, 2 questions each hour, and a $20 coupon or a $20 coupon for winners, $20 coupons to Mission Del Rey Southwest.
They got good stuff out there.
Oh.
And in the second hour, you got Amigos.
The second hour, we got Amigos. First hours, we got Pepe's, too.
And also, today's a change. We're going to go to Amigos for lunch today.
Yes, I will not be with you, but...
You're not going to make it?
No,
Pepe's is closed until Tuesday.
Yes.
They went out, I think they're out gambling. We don't talk about that,
after the holidays, all that cooking and shipping of food, yeah.
Hey, by the way, at Mission Del Rey, you can get 20% off of everything in the store if you mention this radio show ad right now. Say, hey, I heard that guy talk about 20%. What are you talking? That's today through 5 o'clock. See what happens. And if you get out there and talk them into more, that's your business.
There you go.
And the history moments happening?
Yes, we're going to be talking about the Bobby Fuller Four, who are from El Paso, and their short little trip to Hollywood and what happened out there.
And we talk about what they did in El Paso. That was a big deal. All right, let's talk about the radio goings on here. Again, I mentioned... Going to go to Amigos today. That's at 2000 Montana. But today is an interesting day for El Paso radio and also music history.
That's right.
We got a couple of music historians in here. We're going to say hello to them. Rick Kern, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning.
We're good. Welcome here. You brought Sam Stephenson with you.
Good morning.
Hey, you're both here.
Yes.
And I can hear both of you. What a concept.
Live and still kicking.
Excellent.
That's a good thing.
You know, we could do a radio show like this. Why don't we just do that?
Right, breathing.
But also, both you guys were in the music scene 50 years ago?
Just a few weeks ago.
A while back, you were in the music scene, Rick Kern. Explain who you guys are, because you were in a band together one time.
Well, we were. And in fact, Sam and I both came out of different bands. He played with a group called West Wind. I was playing with a group called the West Hampton Barge. I was their last drummer. And then we became the Basic Sound after that. We played at the Nice Club at the Roadway Inn. And then that kind of morphed into the band that Sam and I had called Macadamia.
All right, Sam, what are you willing to admit to?
I plead the fifth.
But you also played the guitar, right?
Yes, guitar, harmonica, bass, sing, dance.
We can hear some of your work on the recordings we have today?
Yes.
Yes, well, a couple of clips.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. We also have got a bunch of people on the phone here ready to talk. Rick, where do you want to go?
Well, what I'd like to do is let's kick this thing off right now with our first clip, Mike.
El Paso Rock!
Who was that?
That guy was one of the just greatest musicians that was revered by so many musicians in El Paso. He is Long John Hunter, and he came from Louisiana. In 1957, he came to El Paso, and he was playing at the lobby over in Juarez for 13 years and played at the King's X here.
I remember
in El Paso.
that guy. That was great.
He was phenomenal. He was revered by Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top, Buddy Holly, Bobby Fuller. All these guys went to see him, and they loved his music. He was quite not just a musician, but a great performer. He put on a show.
What's next here on your hit parade? Sam, you got something?
Well, I was just going to add that snippet of that El Paso Rock is pretty much Long John's signature song. He's recorded it several times over the years. The one that we heard was recorded in 84, though he recorded the first version back in 1961. And the flip side, this is interesting, the flip side of that one from 1984 is called She Used to Be My Woman, which he had recorded earlier in 1954 on the Duke label. So he's been around a while.
Were recording machines invented by then?
Yeah, well, let me tell you that particular song, that recording was issued both on the 45 RPM and 78.
I'll be darned. All right, Rick, where are we going next here, buddy?
Sam's going to do the next one. Go ahead and take the next one, Sam.
Are we doing the next clip?
Yeah.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, Mike, go.
Mike getting into it over there.
Yeah, wake up on a Saturday morning, won't it?
That was
Wake up, everyone.
Who was that?
That was Bob Taylor and the Counts, a song called Thunder, written by Bob Taylor.
I remember Thunder Reef. It sounded something like that.
Well, the song was recorded. This was from 1958. The song was re-recorded in 1965 as Thunder Reef by the Shindigs, who was actually Bobby Fuller 4 before they came. They used the name Bobby Fuller 4. Bob Keane, who was he was a musician, producer, and owner of the Delphi Records, was working with Bobby Fuller back in the day, and he was hoping to get them booked as the house band for that old TV show called Shindig.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
And that's why they went with the name, and the record was issued as the Shindigs.
Now, didn't Bobby Fuller get on Shindig at one point?
He was on one of those shows.
Actually, he did several. Okay, they did the
Hullabaloo.
was one that we've got up on YouTube and everything. But we've got to move along because we've got callers coming in that I need to get on the show.
Who do you want to go to?
Right now, I want to let's skip number 3 and go back and pick up 3 after we do the next one, Mike. Okay, so go ahead and hit number 4, okay?
You know love makes a fool of you. You do anything that it wants you to. Love can make you feel so good. When it goes like you think it should. Heart can make you cry at night. When your baby don't treat you right. When you're feeling sad and blue. You know love's made a fool of you.
You know, that Bobby Fuller sound, I just think of Fender guitars. I really, really do.
There's just nothing like it. I mean, it's just a phenomenal sound. On the phone right now, I want to bring in Larry Thompson. Larry Thompson was one of the very first drummers, actually the first drummer that played with Bobby before they became the Bobby Fuller 4. Actually, he was not with them when they became the Bobby Fuller 4. But you there, Larry?
I'm here.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you on board with us, man. You know, I want you to talk a little bit about the Fanatics and you and Billy and what that entailed.
Well, I got out of the service and came back to El Paso and played around a little bit and got asked by Bobby to join the band. And what an exciting band! A lot of high energy there, and that was it seems like yesterday, but it certainly wasn't. but it was a high energy group, and Bobby there's nobody like him. The guy was just into it, all the time. So
I know you and Billy were really integral parts of that sound and everything. In fact, one of the famous pictures that we see on the internet all the time is you guys playing on top of the Buck Rogers travel booth right there at Bassett Center. And
it was had to climb ladders to get up there.
Exactly. Well, we're going to keep moving on this thing. I know you guys left to go play with Joe Ritchie, and then right after that is when the Bobby Fuller 4 was formed. But we got Dalton standing by. So thanks for calling in. We appreciate it, Larry, and we'll get with you later on. Okay.
Okay, great. Have a good time. Hello, Dalton.
Thanks, buddy.
Later,
Where's Dalton here?
You there, DP?
We need to find Dalton, and I don't think you got him on here. I've got Bill and Howard. I got those two. And line 4 is calling in again. That might be... might be
Dalton.
Catch line 4 real quick, Shelley. We're not going to do that. All right, to move on to something else here. 4 is Larry. We got that. You got Howard and you got Bill.
Okay. Yeah, we got Howard and we got Bill. All right. Howard... Dalton was supposed to be calling in, and
we had him, but he dropped off.
He dropped off, huh? Okay, well,
where do you want to go?
You there, Howard?
I don't have it punched up. You need him? Try it now.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, well, now we got you.
Okay, yeah, the phone line. The phone line's pretty busy. I got to tell you. I have tried to call in a couple times.
Shelley's going crazy in it. Well, what's on your mind? Go ahead, Howard.
Well, I was a part of this early El Paso history and proud to be such. I moved to El Paso in the late 50s, and the band at the school I was going to was actually the Counts and the Embers, and Jim Reese taught me how to play bass, and that's how I became a bass player. And through the evolution of the bands there, I know that my favorite one was probably the Embers when it was Dalton, myself, and Jim, and Bobby Fuller was the drummer.
That's right. Yeah, that's what's so interesting about back in those days is you guys played multiple instruments, and a lot of Bobby gets credit for being a guitar player, but he played drums as good or even better than most drummers. I mean, and to be a drummer in that band, and Dalton is of course going to talk about that here in a minute. But,
yeah.
I got Dalton on here now. Go ahead.
The interesting thing with that is, I forget exactly how I met Bobby, but we needed a drummer because we were going through changes with Googie and with Jerry. And so we're playing the gig, and there's the piano backstage, and we take a break, and Bobby walks back there and starts playing the piano like it's a natural instrument. And I talked to him. He says, I play guitar too. So that was an interesting revelation. We let him play a song that night. Of course, he went on to be history.
Well, we got to move on, Howard, but I also want to give you a plug. Howard went on to become one of the best music engineers in the business. He discovered the band Toto. For those of you all that know that group, they did Africa. They had a lot of big hits, and he's produced Ringo, Streisand, Coolidge, Leo Sayer, Diana Ross. I've sat in on some of Howard's work out in L.A. when our band was out there, and he's phenomenal. So thank you for being part of this show today, and we'll stay in touch, okay, buddy?
Well, yeah, thank you very much for inviting me.
You bet. Dalton, you there?
I'm here.
All right, everybody. We've got Dalton Powell from the Bobby Fuller 4 on with us right now, and what's on your mind, buddy? What's going on? First of all...
I'm just looking forward to your show here.
What was your role? You were the drummer. This is Jackson here. Dalton, you were the drummer of the Fuller 4 for a while, right?
I was Bobby's first drummer and his last drummer, and there were a bunch of them in between. But when he broke off from the Embers, he knew that I was able to keep a beat, and somehow he liked what I played. So he took me, and I started playing drums with him.
That could work out.
Tell
his first drummer and his last drummer.
Tell everybody that story that you and I talked about yesterday.
Oh, yeah. My introduction to the big time.
You bet.
Well, when I first went out to play with Bobby, he'd been calling me off and on for about a year. He was never really happy with playing. And I finally, in November, I was up in Santa Fe freezing to death, and he called, and I said, here I come. So I joined him, and we played for a while at a club called PJ's over on Santa Monica. And that New Year's, we were booked at a club called It's a Boss over on the Sunset Strip. It was a teen club that originally been the Whiskey A Go-Go, I think.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
But we were booked for the New Year's, and they booked the bands back then like 9 months ahead so they could get the top groups for New Year's. And they booked us as a headliner, and they had an opening act. And that summer, in August, Sonny and Cher came out with I Got You, Babe, and they were the biggest act in the country. Every time you turned on the TV, you saw Sonny and Cher. And it turns out that they were our opening act.
How about that?
Huh? So
That's too cool.
we went in, and they got all these guys from the Wrecking Crew. These are the top studio guys in L.A., and that was their band, and that was our opening act. And, boy, you talk about intimidating.
Well,
But we already had a following, so it worked out okay. The kids liked us anyway. But I remember one thing. I was in the dressing room, and I was reading the names on the wall of this club. And I asked Jim, I said, what the hell is a Jefferson Airplane?
Oh, my God.
You'll find out, right?
And he said, that's some band that comes down from San Francisco to play here once in a while. But Sonny and Cher were our opening act, and that was kind of my introduction to the big time.
Excellent.
Well, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for being part of this. We're going to keep this thing flowing along, okay? But
we're going to take a break here at this point, Rick Kern, and we have Sam Stephenson in here. We got to move along to the things we're doing.
Yes.
And we're going to have to clear some of these numbers, Shelley, so we can get some trivia people in here. That's the next thing we're doing here. Sorry about that. So, what do you have in trivia?
Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks a lot. You take her easy.
Now.
Thank you, buddy.
You take her easy, dude. All right, what do you got in the way of trivia?
Well, we've got the first question we're going to have here for a coupon to Pepe's or a Mission Del Rey Southwest is Rick Kern and Sam both had a band that was very, very popular here in El Paso. What was the name of that band? We spoke specifically on this one.
Oh, no. Do we know that?
Yes,
do you guys remember it? No, don't say it. You guys you're not too fog-brained. You can still think about this old... yeah.
And I'm going to ask you also afterwards where you got the name for that band. It's kind of a unique name.
And you have a second question going?
And the second one is, where did teens go in the 60s to hear a lot of El Paso bands? We mentioned some of the name of those bands earlier on also. And we have I have three names. If you can come up with one of those names, we'll go with that. It's kind of a loose one.
State that again.
Where did the teens go to listen? Teens and young adults, where did you go to listen to El Paso bands in the 1960s here in El Paso? And there are three names that I have here that we mentioned.
We'll work on that and see what happens.
That's right.
They have to call the same number these guys are calling in on. So
that's right.
If those guys are in the line, we'll have to move them off.
Yeah.
And the number is
915-544-5876 or 915-544-KTSM.
We got the lines full. We got a lot going on here. Going to tell you some things about what is happening. We basically have archery today. They didn't call and cancel?
Nope.
Archery at the Museum of Archaeology, 11 to 2, 212-3272. Give them a call. They have over 50 people coming out there on a given day.
Oh, I know.
And you better watch where you're shooting out
at
there.
each other.
Let you also know,
yeah.
Facebook page, El Paso History Radio Show. Take a look at that. We're up there doing stuff. There was almost 7,000 people looking at this promo for today's show.
Over 10,000.
Oh, it kicked up.
Yeah, I posted it up on the
10,000 plus.
History Alliance and my page.
I think they're all out there. Also, another thing to remind you of is ABC 7 series. We've now put them on YouTube at El Paso History TV. What do you got?
Well, UTEP College of Liberal Arts is holding its 23rd annual El Paso History Day, Saturday, February 22nd. This year's theme is Breaking Barriers in History. Students are encouraged to choose a topic in local, national, or world history and to investigate its historical significance. Top winners can go on to state and national finals. Now, registration closed Monday, February 10th. More information, you can give a call to Charles H. Martin at 747-7055.
All right, we got music trivia on the brain here. We got people on the phone here. We got Raul. Raul, good morning.
Good morning, Raul.
Good morning. Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing fine. Okay.
We got a trivia for you. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Did you want to answer the question 1 or question 2?
The place that kids used to go to in the 60s.
Okay. You name one of those.
The Frijoles.
They said yes. You see, that wasn't on your list, was it?
One, but
we're going to take it because that's a good idea.
That was for the hippies.
The hippies went there.
Ricky Nelson even played there.
I'll be there.
Oh,
good for you. So you were there, I bet, right?
It was a very well-known place. I knew a lot of musicians. I grew up in the Burgess area and met guys like Tim Lyons and Bill Rose, Mario Otero, Eric Cooksey.
What a crew. Wow.
Know all those names.
Some good guys
yeah.
there.
The Henchman, Paul Dillon, and then
yes.
who was the other guy?
Could we say that today?
Ballard, Tim Ballard, I think was.
We should have had him here today.
Hey, life goes on. Let's do what we can here. Raul, you got yourself a prize here. Pick one. Is it Pepe's or is it Mission Del Rey?
Pepe's.
Pepe.
You got it.
And
Okay.
Raul, they're closed today, but we're going to go down to Hookie's and sit there at Amigos. So we'll see you down there if you like it. But Shelley will come on and tell you to pick this up, all right?
Thank you. Great topic. Enjoying the show like always.
Thanks for holding it. Hold on here. Thanks a lot. And who else do we got here? We got Jerry on... hey, Jerry, are you on 3? That's not Jerry.
Nope.
Who do I got here left here? Let's go to Roy. Roy, you on the radio, Roy?
Okay, we want Roy here in a little bit.
Yes, hi, this is Roy Penny.
That's after.
Oh, okay. I got the wrong Roy. Hold on a second here. I killed him. Roy called back. Sorry about that. Not easy here. We got too many phone calls coming in, basically. Okay, where do I need to go? Shelley, what do you got here? You got, pick one up there. Johnny's on 3?
I don't know.
Is he trivia?
I don't know who Johnny is.
Johnny, I got you on the radio. Go ahead. We got Johnny?
Hello?
Yes, Johnny, good morning.
Yeah, this is Johnny Thompson. Is Rick there?
Oh, Johnny. Yeah, okay,
okay.
perfect. God, man.
Hey, I was man, you're famous.
We're-
You were famous. I've been trying to call, and they're like, hold on, man.
I was going to go, I don't even know who Johnny is. He wasn't supposed to be the caller, but we got JT, one of the best DJs from El Paso.
Absolutely. I remember him when he was on, you were on Kelp, weren't you?
Kelp, Kent, and yeah, both of those. Yeah.
Oh, that's great stuff.
And he was one of the drummers for Long John and played, 5 years, right, at the King's X with him?
Yeah, with John. Yeah, mostly at the X. Yeah, I was his drummer for about 5-6 years. I got to tell you, it was great here in Dalton and Howard. Howard was the engineer when I was at KINT, and he could make our equipment work when there was nothing to work with. So
can we have him?
He's phenomenal.
Can he come over here, please?
Yeah, we need some help in here.
Him. We don't pay much, but
We pay nothing.
yeah, we paid coupons.
You have to pay to work here.
We weren't paid back there anyway. Anyway, Rick, you said to call, and so that's why I called. So here I am.
I'm glad you did, Guy. Thank you, and sorry you had to wait so long. We need to get to the next song.
Thanks a lot, Johnny. You take her easy.
See you later, JT.
All right, man. Listen, you guys have some fun, and I'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Thanks a lot. All right, what are you up for there, Rick?
Let's go for number 7, Mike.
Number 7.
I'm not saying that you don't try, but there's something missing when you say I think I'm losing you. Think I'm losing you. It's not so hard to do. It's not so hard to do. I think our love is true. Think our love is true.
That group there is called the Four Frogs. That was in '64, and yeah, you probably didn't hear much about these guys, but they were one of Steve Krosno's projects. He had a label called the Frog's Death label. These guys recorded
that.
Yeah, they
Frog's
were
Death. That's
Frog's
weird.
Death. And we got Bill Withers on the line. Bill.
Where's Bill? All right, got to find him. Is that Bill? Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, Bill.
Good morning. We're here.
Okay, I'm glad, man. Tell us about the Four Frogs.
Hey, well, you know what? There were 5 of us, and I don't know why we wound up with 4, but that's the irony of the group, I guess.
It's called Frog's Legs. Somebody had Frog's Legs.
That was later in life. Anyway, we were a garage band that never practiced in the garage, but there were 5 of us actually. Drummer was Bert Peters, magnificent drummer. The head of the group was Colin Flanagan. He's since passed. Just a really, really great musician. John Nelson on bass and Bill Withers on guitar.
And Claude Pirelli.
Oh yeah, he was the singer, man. What a voice this guy had. He was really, really a great guy. Very talented. Haven't heard really anything from any of these guys
Well, you know,
at all. But I'll say.
One of the things I like the most about you guys is your sound. You had such a great surf sound, and I just was so impressed with that. And when I do my talks, this is one of the songs I always use because I don't think there was any other group in El Paso that personified the surf sound, the Dick Dale really high quality surf sound that you guys had. It was phenomenal. Now you guys did perform live in a few places, but you were primarily a recording group, right?
Primarily, yes, recording. The sound really, I give that to Steve Krasno. What a magnificent guy he was. He had a great recording studio, and boy, he mixed that up as best as he could, and he did well.
Well, he did. Well, man, we got to keep moving. Thank you so much for calling in, Bill.
Thanks for inviting me. You all have a great day.
Okay, buddy.
You take it easy.
Care.
Let me add something here. He did mention Colin Flanagan, who was the leader of the group. And Colin Flanagan was also a member of a group called the Chancellors, who also recorded. And he also released a record on the Sumi label under the name of David Kaflin.
Yes.
Why he did that, we don't know. That's a mystery. But all these songs, all 6 songs on all 3 records, were written by Colin Flanagan.
Busy stuff here. We're going to talk more about it in a minute. Taking a break here, and look at us on Facebook. You're going to have some pictures up there, and we have a lot of information there already. All right, Mike, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Back in a moment. El Paso History TV is now available for free on YouTube.com. Take a look at recent ABC7 news reports by Bernie Sargent on El Paso History TV about Waco tanks, the Franklin Mountains, Concordia Cemetery, and more. The YouTube channel also has more than 100 videos about El Paso history with lectures, documentaries, and various history clips. Go to youtube.com/El Paso History TV and find out how Texas history begins in El Paso.
Happy New Year! Woohoo! It's 2020, and I've got a New Year's resolution solution. Scott Lehman here from El Paso Auto Center, and I resolve to help you get a nicer, newer car. We're celebrating 2020 by giving you up to $2,000 more than your old car is worth, and with only $20 down. If your old ride is spewing pollution, drop it like a bad habit and leave last year behind. Make a resolution that's easy to keep, because my New Year's credit solution is guaranteed to get you approved and driving a nicer, newer car faster than you can say ElPasoAutoCenter.com. Even if your credit had a bad year. So stop the commotion and get in motion for just $20 down. That's right, just $20 to start 2020. Last year is done and the new year's begun. Let us make 2020 your best year ever. Come see me on Gateway East, just west of Lee Trevino, or call our resolution hotline at 519-1100, or see all the cars at ElPasoAutoCenter.com. That's ElPasoAutoCenter.com. I'm Scott Lehman, and I'm a dealer for the people. Woo! Requires bank approval, $16 for $1,000, borrow 4.9% for 72 months. Negative equity may be refinanced.
If you're looking for a great paying part-time job with flexible hours, check out 2020 Census Jobs. Apply today at 2020census.gov/jobs to help strengthen your community.
Visit Mission Del Rey Southwest for a huge selection of El Paso souvenirs and gifts. Mission Del Rey features El Paso saddle blanket products and thousands of Southwest, Western, Native American, and Mexico items for gifts and decor. Bring your friends and mention you heard us on the radio for a store-wide discount. Mission Del Rey Southwest, 1421 Lee Trevino. Enter on Pelicano. Go to missiondelrey.com or call 915-440-2140 for Mission Del Rey Southwest.
What are we watching on TV these days? Celebrities arguing, staged romances, political experts spatting like children. If you want TV that stimulates your brain, check out Curiosity Stream. Thousands of documentaries and shows covering history, nature, food, science, and more. And for a limited time this holiday season, Curiosity Stream is 40% off with promo code iHeart, making a year subscription just $11.99. Go to curiositystream.com/iHeart now to sign up.
And now let's turn back the pages of time and return to the El Paso History Show. Brought to you by EPHistory.com. Pepe's New Mexican Restaurant, 6761 Donovan Drive. By Monterey Asset Management. By Mission Del Rey, 1421 Lee Trevino, with El Paso souvenirs and gift shopping. By Keystone Heritage Park on Donovan Drive, 915-584-0563. And by Amigos Restaurant, 2000 Montana, a block east of Cotton, open 7 days a week. Here again, El Paso History with Melissa Sargent and Jackson Polk.
We have music flying everywhere. We got more coming here, by the way. Southwest Chapter Railway Locomotive Historical Society meeting Wednesday, January the 8th. El Serape Restaurant at 6 p.m. Get a hold of them. The Big Boy Visit to El Paso is their topic. Harvey Girls of El Paso meeting Monday, January 13th. Union Passenger Station, 2 p.m. And it'd be Fred Harvey's Legacy Continues. Call this number, 591-2326, for more information. And Jewel?
I have El Paso Corral of the Westerners International number 26 will meet Friday, January 17th at the Holiday Inn at Sunland Park on Sunland Park Drive. And the program is the Apache Origins in El Paso, presented by Max Grossman. And dinner or program is only $20. You must RSVP by January 13th to 915-759-9538. And then the tramway's got the Women's Hike tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. If you'd like more details,
I'm not going to make it.
Please call. Well, you look good in a skirt.
Oh, yeah.
Diana Moy at office.
How many skirts have you been in lately? Don't go there.
Call 562-9899 for more details.
All right, we missed number 10. Let's go to Roy on the phone here. Roy, we're supposed to be playing some music for you, Roy, but in the meantime, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good, thank you. Talk to Rick about your history with music in El Paso. What did you do?
Well,
go ahead, Rick.
Well, first of all, Roy was one of the guys that I just idolized. We used to go to the Cathedral Dance and see him play. He had a band called The Chains, and they're phenomenal. You got that clip ready to play, Mike? No, number 10?
Not happening. Okay.
Number 10?
It's not happening.
Okay. Well, anyway, this is a incredible player. He left El Paso. What year did you guys get out of here? I don't remember.
Early 70s, I think it was, Rick. We sort of all went different directions.
Yeah. These guys came and played our Border Legends show a few years ago and just were phenomenal. Roy is one of those guys that Sonny Melendres was booked, produced these guys. They played at McKelligan Canyon a bunch and Cathedral. And I remember seeing these guys play on Friday nights after the game dances, and they were incredible.
Well, it was a great time, Rick, and we all live in different parts of the country now. Brian, our keyboard man, and Ron Hilburn, our lead guitar player, both live in Texas. And my brother, Tor, and I both live in Florida. And Ted Wood, our drummer, lives in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, it's incredible. Well, and it's neat that we've been able to stay in touch all these years and keep the memories alive. And sorry we didn't get your clip played today, but we'll, everybody remembers I Ain't Gonna Eat Out My Heart Anymore.
Oh, that's a great song. Can we get this one here, Mike? Number 10? You got number 10? That's not going to happen. Okay, sorry about it. Well, I'm sorry we don't have your Chains music. I remember you guys. You guys were fabulous. I saw you in Ruidoso, and it was fabulous to hear you guys. Oh, yeah. No, I'm glad to hear you on the show this morning. Thank you for calling in. We're going to move on, but thank you very much. You take her easy.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Rick. Take care.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks a lot. All right, shall we go to another one, Mr. Rick? What have you?
Let's do number 11.
Number 11. Do you have an 11 ready to go?
Yeah, 'cause you know what I want, and that's something you ain't got. To live, to live, to
Rick, you up? Who was that?
Anyway, that group there was called the West Hampton Barge. I was the last drummer that played with that group. It was in 1967-68. Played a lot of neat shows out at Fort Bliss. UTEP, played at UTEP with them. I think one of the nights I remember the most about this band is we were playing Eric Burden's song called Sky Pilot out at Fort Bliss, and we just about got booed off the stage because that's not a Air Force base. So anyway, but it was an interesting night. We managed to get through it all right.
Who all was in it?
That was Don Luciano, Teensy Talavera, David Karam, Jack Barrett, and of course he was the drummer, and then I became the drummer after that. So
Sky Pilot was played in the Coliseum. I remember when they showed up. They played they actually had a projection on a bunch of smoke up in the sky. And I've never seen that before.
Cool.
That was fabulous. And it was an animal film, those guys. All right, where are we going now here?
Okay, we got, let's go ahead and play number 12, Mike.
Number 12.
live.
right, here we go. We're going to go to Randy. No, we're going to go to Barry. Hey, Barry, good morning.
Hey, what's happening?
We want Barry and Randy both. If we can get
we
Randy
do? Okay, let me get them all up here then. We'll get them all up here and lock them in. They're all there.
That group is called The Legend, 1968, and that song was called Portrait of Youth. And they had 345s and 2 albums on the Megaphone label. Dragonfly was their biggie. Talk to us, Randy and Barry.
Well, what's happening, Rick?
Well, we're just here trying to get through this thing, man, and it's an animal. The beast is hard to tame today.
Oh, I know.
Well, what was it like being in the music scene when you were back there? You guys aren't still doing music, are you?
I am.
Oh, yeah.
Are you? So it never leaves your bloodstream, does it?
Yeah, it's in my bones. I mean, I'm playing in a group called Twisted Hams.
Oh, yes.
It's our Christmas,
I know.
our Christmas album. So,
I know you guys, yeah.
Yeah. I'm still doing it.
Well, talk a little bit about The Legend and some of your highlight moments. We don't have a lot of time, but please embellish us a little bit about what it was like being with The Legend and what y'all did.
Well, you got to remember, I was just a country boy. I was just a little El Paso guy in California, and it's overwhelming. We got an opportunity to record in some real fine studios, and this guy that you got on the other line, Barry,
phenomenal drummer.
He would help me out because they'd send me in there to do my lead, and I would be so nervous. I mean, I couldn't even count. And so whenever it was time for me to come in with my lead, he would cue me, and then he would be counting along, and then he would cue me to get out. So I owe everything to Barry for my lead.
Well, Barry's one of those phenomenal drummers. There was 5 of us actually that lived within 2 or 3 blocks of each other. It was Gene Bailey from the Motivators, myself, Barry Davis, Johnny Thompson, and Buddy Thompson. All 5 of us were within 2 or 3 blocks. And Randy, I just I remember so much about Barry those days and everything, and seeing you guys play. Barry was a guitar player as well and writes songs, so he's a phenomenal musician.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm still kicking.
Well, so good to have you guys with us today. Thank you for joining in.
Let me just ask, what should people remember from that era? And I presume you both can still remember that era.
Oh, yeah. The thing that sticks out in my head is the hippies on Sunset. Everybody doing the peace sign, walking around with paints on their face. The love ends at Griffith Park. I mean, it was unbelievable.
And the memories are there. All right. Well, thank you guys for sharing that with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Y'all take care. We're going to drop off of you, but thank you very much for calling in. Rick Kern, thank you for producing this. We got another hour to go of this stuff. Are you going to be ready?
I'm going to be ready, and hopefully the next one will go a little bit smoother. We, when you got commercials and everything to plug in with all this, it's hard to keep it.
Isn't that terrible that they run commercials in this show? It's just one of those things we could do without. No.
What I would like to do is, first of all, tell you all a little bit about, before we go into this last group.
We have one more commercial break we're about to hit. So you want to wait for that?
Yeah, I'll wait for that.
Okay, commercial break. Okay. Rick Kern's here and Sam Stephenson. And these guys were admitted they were in that era and they're still functional.
Yeah, they're
even better. And you got them up on...
What was it, Canned Hams or whatever the band he was
in?
Yeah.
That's a real thing right now.
I think it's great.
I know one of the guy named Lambert's in it as well.
Twisted Hams.
Twisted Hams. It's even stranger than you might think. We're going to meet him in person one day. All right, taking a break here. And you have him on Facebook or no?
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
But that'll be... And take a look at Facebook. You said it was over 10,000 people.
Almost 10,800 people.
Let's not disappoint. Let's bring some more music back after the break, shall we?
Okay, we shall do that.
Taking a break.
And now let's turn back the pages of time and return to the El Paso History Show. Brought to you by ephistory.com. Pepe's New Mexican Restaurant, 6761 Donovan Drive. By Monterey Asset Management. By Mission Del Rey, 1421 Lee Trevino with El Paso souvenirs and gift shopping. By Keystone Heritage Park on Donovan Drive, 915-584-0563. And by Amigos Restaurant, 2000 Montana, a block east of Cotton, open 7 days a week. Here again, El Paso History with Melissa Sargent and Jackson Pohl.
We are moving rapidly through all this. Just a quick notice, the Smeltertown Asarco exhibit is still on at the Centennial Museum. They'll be in here in a couple of weeks to tell us about the details on that. It's a really cool exhibit, by the way, Melissa. What do you got?
I have the Sunset Film Society and the International Museum of Art is presenting the free movie Saturday at the museum with film historian Jay Duncan as your host. And Jay's pick for Saturday, January 4th is Citizen Kane, which is today at 2 p.m. Always free admission, free parking, and they have freshly popped theater popcorn, beverages, candy, and snacks available for purchase. And for more information, visit the website or call them at 543-6747 or to call the museum for more details.
All right, Rick Kern, when did you first realize you want to be a performing musician?
You know, Jackson, in 1963, I would go with my dad on Thursday nights to the Skylanes bowling alley, and I would stand in front of the door there and watch this group called Bobby Fuller 4 perform. And after Dad got through bowling, we'd go into the club and sit there, and I'd drink my Coke, he'd have his beer, and I'd watch this group, and I'd say, someday, Dad, I want to be like that. I want to be in a group like that and play this kind of music. So, move ahead. 5 years later, 1968, the next group you're going to hear was a lead guitar player from the Bobby Fuller 4 who joined my band and played with my group for 3 years. It was called The Basic Sound. It was myself, Gail Hageman, Richard Greco, and Joe Alvarez later joined us on trumpet, and of course Jim Reese on lead guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, Traveling Band by The Basic Sound.
Interesting stuff you got there, Rick Kern. And there's a lot of music in El Paso, and you guys seem to have a handle on it. Sam, this came out of your library, Sam Stephenson?
Yes, and I have hundreds and hundreds of music. And let me tell you really quick how this started. Several years ago, a friend of mine asked me if I had any El Paso music. And I didn't have much. I had a couple of 45s, maybe a CD, don't remember even who. And he asked me if I could make him a copy. And I said, sure. Well, that started it, and I started thinking, wonder what else is out there. And then it got to the point where I wanted to get anything and everything I could find.
People sending you stuff?
A friend of mine, Josh Pettibone, helped me with a lot of it. But a lot of it I purchased online.
Oh. Well, thank you for sharing your collection with us this morning.
Let me tell you, for my own pleasure, I put together some compilation CDs with 20 songs each, and I put together 34 volumes. So that alone right there is like 680 songs.
A lot of stuff going on. We got to take a break and come out for the news, and we'll be back with more. We got a whole bunch more to go, right?
Oh, we do.
All right, see you right after the news here at the top of the hour.
That completes our episode 1 doing the El Paso History Radio Show. That was the El Paso Rock Bands Part 1, and we'll be putting out the second one. We did a second hour of the same subject, El Paso Rock Band History. But I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. We had a lot of fun doing this show with Jackson and Melissa. But we'll be back doing the second part, okay? Part 2, El Paso Rock Band History. You all take care, and thanks for tuning in to Talkin' Rock Radio.